one of the things that bothers me the most about this ruling was that these anonymous accounts didn't even post anything. I wanted to address this ruling yesterday in the Stephanie Jones versus Meta and Pinterest case, and I feel like this should have gotten a lot more attention, and I think one of the reasons it didn't was because we literally had like a docket avalanche yesterday with over 20 filings in the Lively versus Wayfarer docket alone. So while that was going on, I was on the Jones versus Meta Pinterest docket reading a ruling that I found so alarming for so many reasons. And one of the reasons I didn't even mention on here is that for this Meta, which is like Facebook, and Pinterest account, they didn't even post anything. So let's go back to what this whole ruling or what this whole subpoena was about. Remember when StephanieJonesLeaks.com, StephanieJonesLies.com, let's see if I have a photo of that, from this like Business Insider article. All right, so there was these websites that apparently a disgruntled former Jones work employee made to expose Stephanie Jones. So these are just some examples of what the site used to look like, an archived version of it. And in addition to the website, they made a Pinterest account and a Meta account to match it. So, for example, let's take like Coca-Cola. You know how they have like Coca-Cola, their website, and then you'll know they'll have their social media platforms like their X, their account, their Facebook, their Insta. So that's what they did here. And so for the Stephanie Jones leaks, they just used the logo and they made a Meta account, Facebook account, and Pinterest account, but there was no posts. So the thing that bothers me, one of the things that bothers me the most about this ruling was that these anonymous accounts didn't even post anything. So regardless of the fact that I think this magistrate judge, Thomas Hickson in Northern California, got so many things wrong, one of which I think the fact that he said that Stephanie Jones is somehow not a public figure, even though her own website says that she's like internationally renowned for her being a public relations expert. But okay, so let's just say she's not. So now we're getting to the issue of free speech and the First Amendment. And I think unmasking these accounts simply for the logo, because she did there, although in her filing she claims, all of these things that are said about her, but in the actual like exhibits, she doesn't show that these accounts ever posted anything. Look, this is one of the exhibits. Look how pathetic this is. It's just the logo and the date of the account. Let's go to this other one. I mean, these are her exhibits, so there's nothing said on here that could be, assumed as malice or defamation or anything. It's literally just the same logo as the website, but these accounts didn't post anything. So I don't know how the judge got that so twisted and so confused. And additionally, Stephanie Jones has already known who's behind the website. This is from January 23rd. So since like the beginning of this year, but it was filed on July 30th in like a deranged attempt to somehow tag employees to this former disgruntled JonesWorks employees. Sorry, Courtney Engel. So we already know that who it is. So I don't understand. And she hasn't added that person to the docket. Because remember, Stephanie Jones is also suing like Doe's 1 through 10. So now that like Courtney Engel's been revealed as the person behind this account, Stephanie Jones hasn't added her to the lawsuit, probably because it doesn't make any sense. The timeline doesn't make any sense, and Stephanie Jones isn't making any sense saying that it's some coordinated smear campaign just because some former disgruntled employees have an opinion about you that seems to be unfavorable. Who's to say that that's not their organic experience and opinion? And not, it's not a smear campaign. So anyways, this ruling to like reveal the accounts, to unmask who's ever behind these two accounts, is just really disturbing. I think it's a very sad day for the First Amendment. I think this whole order is wrong. There's no proof. Those are all from the website, and also not to mention the Glassdoor reviews, which were not favorable of her. But I just think this was so wrong. And I think that if we hadn't had so many things drop yesterday, more people would be talking about this. So I just wanted to make a video. I hope this turns out okay. Thanks for listening. Bye.